So we're trying to figure out if the Nexium does heal people like it claims. Let's see, Nexium is a drug. Let's see, it's the main claims. More than 94% of people take Nexium and heal in the 8 weeks. So um, since we're trying to say that Nexium works better than that, what we'll do is we'll say that our null hypothesis is that it doesn't work any better than that, and that the proportion of people being healed in 8 weeks is the same as the 94%. And then we're trying to show the research hypothesis that it's greater than that. So it's a one-tailed, right-tailed test. Okay, so we've got to find our p-hat. So there's 213 out of 224. Um, if we're going to do this with the classical approach, we know that the center of the distribution is 0 or 0.94. And since we're dealing with a one-tailed test, we want to find this z-score that's the cutoff point. On this side of that is the happy place, as Lincoln Robertson up at White Mountain Community College says. So if we aren't out as far as that z-score, then we know we've got an issue going on. Now, what I have somewhere here is I stole the table from, all right, I guess I didn't here. So this is the table out on that table 4 in the back of the book. It's the standard normal table. At the bottom of it, Dr. Sullivan gives us a little shortcut cheat sheet. So let me grab that so I can write on it. Alrighty, let's go back down to our Nexium problem. Oh, here's where it had it. Okay, so they're telling us to use what level of significance here? We're supposed to use the 1% level of significance. So if we use the 1% level of significance, let's do some moving here. We're down here. We're in a right-tailed test, a one-tailed test. So we want to use 2.33 as our cutoff. So if our z-score is out beyond 2.33, then we can reject HO. So we've got, let's see. Okay, so I did some calculation off camera here. So there's our p-hat value. Then I found the z-score. So I put our p-hat minus the mean or the center of the distribution from up there. Then for the standard deviation with the z-score, we always use what the stated population average is, center is. So I went 0.94 times 1 minus 0.94, and I got the 0.06 over the sample size of 224. I found the difference for the top. I calculated this on the bottom. That's supposed to be a 0.016. I divide it. Now this is a z-score, and we need to compare that z-score to this critical value, to this rejection region area. So since um, since that z-score 0.68 whatever is over here on this side of that critical value, we can't reject HO. That means that this sample result's perfectly likely if this is the center. So we can't reject HO, which tells us that Nexium's claim that more than 94%, we can't show that that's true. Okay, so it doesn't look like that they're getting any better rates than what the old, whatever, this is the old medicine or something like that. Okay, now we could also do this with p-values if we wanted to, because they aren't specifying. And I'm just going to, out at my math lab, I'm going to open up a new StatCrunch window. And then it doesn't matter which, we just want to get a window out there. So I'm just going to open up any data set. Okay, and what we're going to do run is this is a test of proportions. We've got stat proportions. We're going to get one sample with a data summary because we don't actually have the data. So there were, let's see, how many successes here? 213 out of 224. So 213, whoops, out of 224. And we know we're trying to show that the old average is 0.94, and we're trying to say that it's greater than that. And we'll let it calculate it. And we're looking at that p-value of 0.246, and we compare that to the level of significance of 0.01. And since that p-value is bigger than the level of significance, we cannot reject HO. I think I've talked to you before about this, how the level of significance is the limbo bar we got to get under. And this limbo bar, this value of 0.24 didn't get under the bar, so we cannot reject HO, which tells us same deal. You know, we think Nexium's claim, we can't show that Nexium's claim is correct, that more than 94% of patients are healed within 8 weeks. Okay, I hope that helps clear up that confusion.